next up, let's go ahead and talk about Sense. Sense is extremely lightweight compared to the previous version. HTC limits you to only having 4 panels in addition to blink feed, which is the home panel. So in my opinion, I would rather have the option to create more rather than not be able to, but that's just me. Based on their market research, they seem to know or have discovered that most people don't have more than 4 panels. So, and that's fine. So that's panels. There you go. And under here you can drop down to get widgets, apps, shortcuts. Apps will list all your apps, and then you can select and drop them wherever you want in whichever panels you want. Double tapping home will take you to your 9 most used apps. Pull down, you'll get all your your notifications. In this case here, the top here, you notice that there's a widget, if you will, for a TV app. And this is one of my favorite apps. I know it's weird, and I know Samsung has something called Peels that you can download, but I really like this app because I'm always losing my remote controls. I've got 2 TVs I use a lot in the house, the living room and one of my master. So within a couple of clicks, I'm able to set up a remote control, a universal remote control for my TVs. I'm also able to set up a remote control for my CenturyLink DVR, and basically it's so easy to set up. I believe anyone can do it. But what the gem of this app is the option or the feature for me to select any of the shows that I normally watch to basically bring up and add to my calendar. So you see it dropped it in the widget there. Let's see. Drop down gives you recommended movies, TV programs, and you can also search if you want to for shows that you like. Let's see. Bones. And there it is. Oh, that's actually a movie, not the show. Here it is. Here's the TV program. So here it will tell you when the new episode is going to be, in what season. The season 8, episode 1. You can also have it remind you, and it'll drop a reminder in your calendar. You can share it, you can favorite, you can add to series, just like that. Okay, so next thing I want to show you is Zoes. Zoes are awesome because they get created automatically, whether whether you have any input in what goes into it or not. It really gives you a highlight of events, for example, or different pictures in your galleries. I've got a couple of Zoes created already, and I'd like to share that with you. Let's see here. This one, we were at Yo Gabba Gabba last night, and as you can see, it just comes to life. I'm going to turn this around. As you can see, it sounds amazing coming from the dual speakers. And speaking of the dual speakers, this was these videos were recorded at a Yo Gabba Gabba concert last night, and once this is done, I'll show you, or at least let you hear what it sounds like from a live recording using HTC's new mic technology. usually when you're trying to record something at a concert, it's basically impossible to hear. Let's see here. Let me see where that recording is. Give you a taste of what it sounds like. Here we are. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it sounds amazing on my end. Usually it sounds like a sound coming out of a barrel, but in this case it just synthesizes all the boom, the bass, the treble, everything, and just comes through loud and clear. So that's the mic, the speakers, Zoe's. Okay, so you're probably wondering how one would create a Zoe. To do that, there's a button on the left hand side. Once it's blue, Zoe option will come up. You click the camera button and it creates a 3-second clip, and you can take a number of different shots, move the camera around, and using those clips or images or videos, HTC will create highlights of those different shots that you've taken and combine them together into a 30-second clip that you can share later. Let me show you what it looks like. I've got a few created during my tests. Let's see here. Where are my shows? Oops, hold on. Let me get back to here. My own videos. This is a Zoe that I created of my daughter last night at a Yo Gabba Gabba concert. And I've got some other ones here. Let's see. This one is one that I created. Let's see. Is that the one? I believe this is the one. Nope. That's actually. Yep, that's it. Of my other daughter. As you can see, it's extremely simple to do. And the result is amazing. I just love how it turns out. And that's it. So the next app, or the next thing I want to show you is the HTC TV app. I really like this app because it really helps me to actually have a few additional remote controls laying around, because I'm always losing my remote controls, and it just you just don't lose your phone. It's always with you. So in this case, I've got two main TVs I use, the living room and my bedroom. So I've got them configured. This is the Samsung living room. You've got controls for your cable box. In my case, I'm using CenturyLink, and it just within a couple of clicks you're paired up. And you've got all your main controls: volume, channels, exit. You can mute. You can go to your DVR for programmings, channel selections, play, stop, whatnot. I mean, basically what you would want on a TV remote. So setting up is extremely easy. But what I also like a lot is the fact that I can select and choose my favorite TV programs. So in this case, if I watch NCIS quite a bit, or let's see here, any of these other apps, any of these other shows that I can't seem to select, let's see, recommended, let's see, SpongeBob. It tells you when the next episode is, And if you wanted to add it to favorite, share it, add to series to remind you within your calendar when the next showing is going to pop up, and then basically it's going to be in your calendar. So that's really neat to have, and I use it quite often. Instead of looking for the remote control, it's always there with me because I always have my phone with me. Now, if I had to find something that I'm not happy with, I'd have to say it's the missing home button at the center, in the center here. I mean, yes, it's here, but I mean, when you're using it, this is where your thumb naturally lands. And I just wish the HTC had made this HTC logo a capacitive home button. And I mean, I'd be completely happy. But unfortunately they didn't, so, you know, that's that. Now, coming back to, before I forget, the TV app. HTC was really brilliant in making the power button also include integrating the power button, the infrared as well. And believe me, even from across the room, it really works. I mean, distance is not an issue when you're using it to control your TVs. I love it. So let's see what else we can talk about. Oh, and it's also powered by Snapdragon's 600 processor. I'm sorry, Qualcomm Snapdragon 600 processor. It is amazingly fast. I mean, as you can see, there's really no hang up in any way, shape, or form. Everything just loads. And speaking of loading, the display is a 1080 panel featuring 468 ppi. I mean, that's one of the highest resolution out there to date, basically on the phone. But we don't know, you know, what Samsung is doing this week at the Galaxy S4 launch, so we'll have to wait and see. But for now, this panel is just amazing. I mean, it just looks great from every angle.